Hello everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've seen quite recently a lot of people on Instagram showing them cutting their own hair and like kind of hacks of how you can get rid of split ends and cutting your own fringe and things like that, and I've been pretty bored of my hair for a while now and I don't want to do anything too dramatic to it, but when I wear my hair in pigtails, which I tend to wear pretty much every day when I work, I notice a dramatic difference in the length of my hair. And if I grab it all bunched up together, you can see that this side is a lot shorter, and that's something that I also want to fix, and I've seen some people fix it. It's not, I mean, it's not a huge difference. It's only about probably about an inch that I need to trim off, because when I had my hair cut I had my parting different and everything like that. I've done my hair in a kind of off-centre parting. I got a pair of scissors that my mum and dad had. These are from Superdrugs because my dad used to cut my fringe all the time for me. So I'm going to give it a go. Like I said, I'm not going to do anything too dramatic. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you're not comfortable. My hair is pretty long, to be fair, so I'm not too bothered because I do want to go to the hairdressers and get a proper cut anyway, because my shortest layers are this long, so I definitely could do with a haircut, but I thought I'd just play around with it until I actually get around to doing that. So the first thing I'm going to sort out is the length. So I'm going to part my hair at the back in the centre, and I'm going to gather it all as neatly as I can and basically just put my hair into two pigtails. This, I've just straightened it as well to make it a lot more easy to work with. So I'm just going to take a small bobble and just put it in a fairly loose pigtail. So that is that, and then I'm just going to repeat the same on the other side. There's not a huge difference. I've just run my fingers through, and as you can see, there is an obvious difference. Even though it's not huge, it is definitely obvious. So I think what I'm going to do, because I don't feel like I can just go straight across the scissors and guess it right. So what I've seen people do is grab their hair, bring it together, and then kind of slide their fingers down. Whether or not this works, I don't even know. Like that, and I'm basically just going to cut off a little bit. I'm on it. I just want it to be less obvious, that's all. So I'm not going to cut and be really picky about trying to match it, because I am going to cut into it anyway. So I do want to leave a little bit of room. So I'm just going to cut probably about ½ an inch, not even that off. So now you can see I've got a blunt cut, and I'm just going to then just start trimming into it until it kind of matches this. So now that I've done that, they are pretty much the same length. So normally the best way to style is if you just run your hands through, and you'll be able to feel my hair feels so much softer now on this side because I've just done it as well. The next thing that I kind of want to do is get rid of split ends, and the way I've seen people do this is they twist their hair as tight as possible, and then sometimes people just go in and just cut these bits. I've seen some people kind of run their hands up, so I'm going to do that just a little bit, just to kind of pull out all the split ends. And then I'm going to go in with the scissors and just kind of cut around. I was going to try and cut like layers around my face. I don't think I'm going to do that. I feel like this is a lot harder than what it looks. So now that I've done that, I can definitely feel a difference. It's not huge difference. It does feel a lot softer than this one, because I feel like it gets rid of all them kind of bits that stick out. So I'm going to twist this one. I'm guessing it doesn't matter which way you twist it. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. So the only thing that's a bit tricky is that I'm right-handed. Obviously this is on the other side. So I'm going to try and not just cut into my hair. If I could hold it this way and then do it. I've also seen people kind of burn their split ends off, which I don't think I would be able to do that. I don't think I'd let anyone go near my hair with a flame. So once you've kind of got rid of the majority of the split ends, again, just gonna let it go. And I can definitely feel a difference in my hair. It's nothing hugely dramatic, but I can tell that it's definitely done something. So I'm going to just take these out and just see what my hair looks like now. So I've just got a few bits now that I've taken my hair down that I just feel like are a bit too long, so I'm just going to cut them and again just cut into it. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's actually turned out a lot better. So now I'm going to try and attempt to do something with my fringe. So I've seen a couple of different ways that people do this. I mean, I wish I could cut like, not a full fringe, but kind of like a messy full fringe, just because I think that looks really nice, but I'm not going to do anything as dramatic as that. I just kind of want to try something new. So I'm going to go probably about 1.5 inches back, and I'm going to go right back towards the top of my ear, and then just section that bit off. Like that, and just put all this behind my head for the minute. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, try and keep it as even as possible, and again just bring it all up to the front. And then I'm going to, attractive look, I'm going to just secure this loosely with a bobble, and then I'm going to pin everything else back. So do that just very loosely, and then I'm just going to bring all this back as tight as I can, because I don't want to cut any of this off. So if I brush all this forward, this is actually how long my fringe is. It's pretty much the same length as the rest of my hair, but the kind of look that I want to go for, I don't want to cut too much off from it. So I'm going to take my comb and I'm going to go from where the parting is round to the end of my eyebrow, and then I'm going to clip this out the way. Do the same thing. I'm going to go from here round and down to my eyebrow, and then I'm going to take all this and clip this back, so I've got all of this to work with, which I feel like is a good amount. The way I've seen people do it is either just take it and then twist it like this and then cut it, and just cut straight across and then just cut into it, or I've seen again people just kind of twist the whole thing like this and then kind of cut it. I'm not exactly sure how I want to do this, but I feel like if you do it and then you twist it in your fingers like so, and then bring it down, and I'm gonna start like at my nose, because I don't want this to obviously ruin my hair, and I just want to kind of see what happens. So I'm going to cut just below. So that was definitely a lot harder than it looks, but so once you've kind of got it, again just going to cut into it. So then you can kind of see what it looks like. This is the kind of thing that I wanted. And then what I'm going to do is just kind of take the scissors and where there's bits that are too long, just cut them off. Because I do want it to kind of sweep down a little bit. Like that, and I want it to be as even as possible. But when it comes to cutting your own hair, also I would probably wet it first as well. I'd guess that would be a lot easier, but I do actually quite like it, I've got to say, even though it's not as, you know, it's not as neat as what I probably want it to be, but I do actually really like it. This is the kind of style that I wanted, so it's not like a full-on fringe, but I could probably blow dry my hair and curl it round. If I wanted to, I could probably cut it a bit shorter, but I feel like when you start going shorter, it does kind of look a bit messier. So I'm going to go and clean all this hair up, and I'm just going to blow dry a bit just to smooth it out, and then I'll come back to show you what it looks like with the rest of my hair. So I've just kind of blow dried it and just given it a little bit more of a style, and I do really like it. It's definitely something a little bit different. I just feel like it frames my face a lot better. It's not super neat, which is more of what I actually like, because I feel like when it's too neat it looks blunt, whereas I just like the fact that it's kind of like a bit messy, and yeah, and if I have my hair like in a ponytail, I've got these bits just kind of hanging down, whereas normally I don't have that. So would I do it again? Probably not. I have got to admit, doing it, I honestly thought I'd ruin my hair. Definitely. It's a lot harder than it looks, especially if you've got thick hair. And when I realised how much hair I actually had to cut off, like I did actually want to go a little bit shorter than this, but I wasn't prepared to cut that much hair off. So I just think, just take it a step at a time and it will be fine. So yeah, I feel like I nearly just ruined my hair. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this is something that you would do. I still do plan on going to the hairdressers just to get a bit more layers in, and I'm sure that they'll sort this out for me. But I don't know, I do actually quite like it, and I can always kind of tuck it behind my ears. And I think what's going to be interesting is to see if John notices, because I just have to wait and see. So I really hope you enjoyed this little quick fun video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.